I know someone here needs to hear this, and quite frankly, I need to hear this message myself too. And that is that when we try to manifest things into our reality, it comes from a place of that we don't already have that thing because we lack it. So we want it. And then we try to find ways to learn how to manifest those things into our reality. Manifestation means to become visible. Only once you're the vibration of that thing, then it becomes visible in your physical reality. And a lot of the times we crave something again because we carry this energy that's very heavy and dense that we don't have this, and we believe that this thing is going to make us happy. And if we don't get this thing, then we're not happy now. And a lot of stuff you'll learn about the law of attraction is just think better thoughts, and magically you'll get, the thing that you want by just thinking better thoughts. Kinda. It doesn't fully work like that. It also means letting go of the negative thoughts that you do have. And it's not just letting them go, it's being able to accept them and being okay with them. So it's about letting go of the vibrational thoughts you don't prefer to have the ones and focus on the ones that you do. Because if you have the thing and you're happy, right, there's no lack. It doesn't exist. If you don't have the thing, there's lack. Well, what if you let go of that? What if you wrote down that list of those things that you think will make you happy? And like I think the Buddha said, attachment's the root of all suffering. If you let go of all your attachments to those things that you believe that will make you happy, and you can just choose to be happy now, regardless of what's happening around you, and this is what unconditional means, unconditional love, unconditional happiness, that vibration, you can let go of that, of both of these things, of wanting it and thinking that you need this to be happy, and you just accept where you are in this current moment. Hey, it's okay. It's okay that I have these feelings. It's okay that I am who I am. Because now you're accepting your true self, every part of you, even the parts of you that you may not like to feel. Now, we look at energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It only changes form, right? So we start to look into alchemizing the negativity, the negative thoughts and beliefs and subconscious programming we have in our minds. The only way to actually shift them is to add your awareness. And all mass has energy. So the thoughts that you have become physical mass. And I came across this video and some information about how like E equals MC squared, it's the conversion of energy to mass. Albert Einstein here. And essentially, if you think about this, is all mass has energy, and your thoughts, well, they power these things. That's why they say, like, your thoughts will create your reality, because it will eventually. Your thoughts will dictate how you act, how you show up, how you talk to yourself, how you talk to others. If you have a bad day, I guarantee you're probably not going to be as kind or happy or as excited when that person who's going to give you the job opportunity of a lifetime, or that lover that you could have been with, if you're not happy in your normal blissful state, well, guess what? You just missed out on that opportunity because you weren't in the right vibration to match with that person in that moment. So it dictates how you're feeling. So now you're having an amazing day, let's put it this way, and then you meet that person, and then it just flows naturally. Everything's happy, everything's in the present moment. You're not even concerned or worried. You don't even care of the outcome, if they're going to like you or not. And it just flows, and all of a sudden, you're in the best relationship of your life. Why? Because of the energy that you're carrying, who you are being in that moment. Are you sad and depressed and lower vibrational feelings, or are you happy and joyful and in bliss? Again, why I brought up this mass and energy things is because you have to alchemize these things. How do we turn negative things into positive ones? Well, great. Here is the answer. What you do is you alchemize it, and you start showing gratitude, like, hey, this may have not been so pleasant. What did I learn from it? What did I benefit from this? What did I gain from this? How did I better myself as a character here on Earth? What improvements did I make from this experience? When you can start showing gratitude and being thankful for the contrasting events in your life, you can now start to alchemize and shift them. The first step is adding your awareness, because you can't just go to the universe's mirror and say, hey, universe's mirror, I'm going to feel happy when you smile first. So go ahead and flip that frown upside down, and then I'll be happy once you give me all of those things that I'm attached to. No, like the universe is a reflection. So when you smile first, then the universe smiles back at you. Then you get all the things that you want. However, you have to be okay without them. And that means putting on a fake smile and you're like going to the universe's mirror, and you're all like trying to put this cringy fake smile on. You're like, like, that might have been a fun look. The universe is going to recognize this as like, that's not a real smile. And you're only going to get a reflection of more of what you really feel. So that's why you have to go within those negative feelings and alchemize them and shift them. Again, it's my alarm. You have to shift the event. Just like my alarm went off, oh, it could be ruining my video. Well, maybe it gave me a pause to gather some more words, maybe to take a breath of air. See, looking at the benefits. So it can be changed form. Energy cannot be created or can be controlled. Cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed form. So you have to start changing the form of that thought, that belief, on why it makes you feel a specific way. No, it doesn't make you feel a specific way. You're choosing to feel that way because you have suppressed it and you haven't added your awareness to it. Once you add your awareness and you start looking at the benefits, then you can start alchemizing and shifting that energy. Because only then, oh man, sometimes some of my hair like flies around here. And like it starts to tickle my nose. Because only then you can shift. Because now you're living in a different vibration. Because you have to look at those things and release them. Release the hold they have on you. And I've been experiencing this myself recently. Like, I'm always going to want more. And that's the beauty of eternal conscious expansion. And it's like, I never even give myself enough credit most of the time, like where I'm at, because it's like, I'm not exactly where I want to be. And I know I have a whole lot more on my list and I get overwhelmed too. So this last week, I've decided, well, I'm going to take this deep rest because I'm feeling depressed, deep rest from playing this character. I've only been recording videos and I didn't edit any of them. Normally I make a video, edit it, it's ready to go, it's save it. I'm already 14 videos ahead. So I just go ahead and make a thumbnail and a title and description, the date of posting. And lately I've just been like, F it, I'm going to go ahead and rest. I'm just going to make the video because I committed to making a video a day for a year. And I started wondering, why am I making these videos a day for a year? I don't have to. Yeah, I have maybe 106 subscribers right now. Those are 106 real people. And I appreciate every single one of you. And I hope you're benefiting from the information I share with you. Because all of this stuff has always helped me. Right? And then I'm looking at this YouTube channel that started 6 months ago around the same time I started posting every single day. And they're already at 21K followers from 10 videos. And I'm I share almost exactly the same exact things, except I don't do energy readings or daily energy updates. I really focus on the area of the pain point which someone is going through, and I explain how you can shift it and why it works this way. People always want to be scrolling around and getting their validation for why they feel a certain way, and then they feel good, and it's okay, great, yeah, you get that endorphin rush and you feel good. Are you really integrating it though? What is there to integrate after that? I don't mean to bash this channel. She's really on point. She's really good, and I like some of the stuff she says, and it is on point because it relates to me, right? And it's also I assume she's speaking from herself as well, from her own current situation, just relating with other people. So, and at first I was man, I don't even know if I'm jealous or angry. right? And I had to start realizing, well, it's okay to feel this way because I've put in a lot of effort, got new equipment. I gathered everything, learned how to edit. I'm busting my butt more than anybody I know creating YouTube content for the most part, consistently this way. And it's like, I started losing touch. Like, wait a minute, am I here doing this for the people that I'm doing this for? Or am I doing this so I can, get monetized and live a lifestyle where I can be free doing this and I get to assist people? And then I'm like, yeah, because I don't want to go work another 9-to-5 job. Right. And I put my coaching on hold for a bit. I don't even know why. I just kind of felt like I don't want to do coaching right now. So, holy crap, I went on a whole rant here. But my point is like, through all of that, I put myself in this like cornered situation. And it's like, I had to realize I'm okay with where I'm at. I had to alchemize like the anger I had towards this person and realize like, no, that's great. Like and the whole time I've been thinking like, that's actually really good. Like I'm happy for this person that they're achieving this type of thing going on for them. And then I'm wondering what the hell's wrong with my algorithm. And I'm like, well, it's not the algorithm because you are the people watching it. You're the people watching my content. If you're not watching it fully, hurts the algorithm apparently. So apparently either my videos suck or energetically I'm holding myself back from expanding, or there's a reason for it. Because I can tell you right now that 100% that had I blown up to, 10,000, 100,000, 200,000 subscribers, like way earlier on, I would have not evolved as much as I have. I would have probably felt more pressure to stay stuck in a certain category of stuff I teach, and I wouldn't have expanded further. Not right away, at least. So now I feel more free to just kind of make content, whatever, tap into my own energy readings, like I'm doing now, and just go with it. Right? And part of alchemizing that energy is I had to realize, like, add my awareness, like, yeah, it's okay to feel this way. I'm already here. I might as well just keep going. This is where I'm at. And I had to find out, like, what's holding me back. Because I think something energetically is holding me back from helping more people. And I think it's because, like, my mom had pressured me for a while. Because, I gave everything up and I gave up, normal 9-to-5 jobs. I'm like 50K in debt from doing all of this. Ooh, man, I'm gonna have a vulnerability hangover after this video. And like my mom started pressuring me a lot, and recently she actually just like got into a spiritual awakening person from Bulgaria, like someone that makes exact same content as me. And like, my mom like finally kicked in. I'm like, Mom, that's exactly what I'm doing. She's like talking about energy and third eyes and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's all real. The real energy is like realizing your source energy and you create your reality though. Like there's that step further of all this like new spiritual energetic stuff you pick up when you first like learn about this stuff, right? And I'm like telling Mom, like, I do this stuff. And like she's like, oh, now I kind of get it. And I'm like, yeah. And now she's like laid back and she had to apologize because she said she's I don't know. She's been very rude to me a lot. And I've put a lot of my worthiness upon her word, is what I realized, that that's one of the things I was holding me back, because I felt like I wasn't worthy. I haven't been feeling like I'm worthy because I'm like keep trying to show her like, oh, look, Mom, I've gotten new subscribers. Do you believe me now? Like, do you believe me now, Mom? So it's this worthiness wound that's been playing in my own mind that I've been recognizing. Anyway, so she apologized for it. And now it's like, now that she sees it, it's just kind of like, what the heck? Even when the thing happens, like when you get the thing that you want, when my mom finally apologizes for her behavior towards me, how I'm like not in the best financial situation at the moment. And like, all I want is like, because I had a divine storm happen last year and everything just kind of kept crumbling apart, right? Leading me to making this content. It was about time I did. And I wouldn't, this is a choice at this point, by the way. So, but it's like finally after all of that pressure that she's put on me, and I get her to finally like apologize and realize like how she's been treating me, the words she's been saying to me, calling me worthless, like that actually like hurts. And she finally apologized. Also, what my mom discovered is when I was going to nursing school and I was paying for all my college classes from my out of pocket, I had to apply for financial aid a year in because I ran out of money, ran out of my savings and everything else that I had. So I had to apply for financial aid. I think I was like 23 at the time. And I think you had to be like 24. There was like an age limit to claim that you can be like a independent. And my mom wouldn't allow me to get her tax information added to the financial aid thing, which ended up in them not giving me a grant. So it's like a Pell Grant. And they just offered me a student loan. I'm like, I don't want a student loan, right? And it was not even enough to cover the rest of my nursing. So I only had a year left before I can get my like RN so I can start working as a nurse. Either way though, like I told her about this. My little brother just got a grant and he's going to like, biology and medical school. And he's getting like 15K, I think a quarter or something like that. And my mom had to fill out and enter her tax information for this grant or the financial aid. And she did. And then she realized, she's like, oh, wait, why don't you do this? And I'm like, I did. And you, because for some whatever reason, you believe that I was asking for your money and because that they were going to like use your tax information. She was afraid of people hacking her and stuff like that and whatever. So they decided to not give me a grant. And then she realized the mistake she made because back then, this was like 6-7 years ago now, I felt like my mom had ruined my life. Because I'm like, I finally became like a 4.0 student for the most part, except I had to drop 2 classes to help her with a temporary protection order against my dad and fix the parenting plan up between her and my dad and my little brother. Because my dad had 100% custody of my little brother at the time. And my dad like had laid his hands on my mom again, so I had to help her and I had to drop my 2 last classes. It was like anatomy and physiology 200 and I think chemistry or something like that. So the classes I paid for, I had to drop. I couldn't study. I didn't have enough time. I didn't drop them. I still showed up. Except I didn't have enough time to study and I failed like 2 exams and I basically all my spirit was destroyed. And then on top of that, I couldn't get my nursing going because I couldn't have anybody pay for it. So I had to get another normal job again. Right. And this time I decided I don't want to work in a corporate job and be the personal training director, fitness manager person I used to be. I mean, I do help people, but it's like, I didn't want to do sales anymore. I don't want to work for another company that has me, like, I'm already making you, 20K, 50K a month from personal training sales. I always outperform most people and in that industry. And it at a very young age too, and I have other videos on that. But my point is though, is like, I started working a normal job. Fuck, I don't even know where I'm going with this video at this point. I guess I really needed to just kind of vent some stuff out and kind of show you like what I've been through. And like, now that my mom's awakened to all these things and she's finally apologized, realizing the mistake she made, that she basically ruined my opportunity to like be a nurse and be making like $40, $70 an hour, whatever, for the last 4 years. Instead, I'm 50K in debt. This is by choice, but it's like I'm grateful for it because I wouldn't have become who I am today. Like that version of me was not this version, and I'm in a way a lot happier because money wasn't going to change that. Yeah, I would have more freedom to do more things, but like I don't want to work for another person. I want to genuinely help people with the light that I have to share. And originally I wanted to be an ER nurse, and save people's lives. Like that was my main goal. So, and plus I had a lot of like nursing clients and like nurse managers and whatnot, and they all like kind of recommended me down that route. So I sounded really happy to like kind of do it. Either way though, so it's alchemizing that energy. And it's like even when you get the thing, like once my mom finally apologized for calling me worthless, and like she said some bad stuff when my parents divorced. And like the parenting plan, by the way, I forgot to mention, like my dad somehow had twisted it around the last second and had 100% custody of my little brother. So like my mom could only see my little brother if my dad allowed it, which was horrible. And during that time, like there was like a 3 or 4 or 5 month period where I didn't get to see my little brother, and like we had a disconnect there. And anyway, other stuff. So either way though, everything kind of happens for a reason. And even when my mom finally apologized, and I knew one day, like because I wish so bad one day she would realize like the stuff she said to me, like she wished she had me aborted, because I was supposed to be aborted. My grandma at the last minute was like, no, keep the baby, I'll raise him. So grateful for my grandma. Yeah, technically I'm not supposed to be here. And then apparently my dad beat the shit out of my mom and punched her in the stomach a bunch to try to abort me himself. So glad the way I turned out. So, and this is true, my dad was extremely abusive towards me and my mom growing up. So my mom said that, and then she blamed me for their divorce type stuff. And then it's like, now my mom is coming to a conscious place where she's actually, it's funny, I wanted to make this video, but like in a different context, but I'm just going to let it all out. Oh, I hope this helps you. You get to see more of my story and help you navigate yours. Because this is the outcome, is like at the outcome of it is like you can be 50K in debt and still fucking find a place to be happy. You can start accepting where you are now. You can be put through so much tragedy and torture. Like I was physically abused and physically tortured. Like I had to stay at the dinner table after school for like, it was like a it was like when I was grounded, but like until I got back home, until I had to go to bed. And this happened for like a week or 2 straight. Like I couldn't do anything because I'd sit at the table and do nothing. And my dad was like, you only get to eat when you're presented to eat, and that's it. And then you go to bed when it's time to go to bed. So, man, I realized I start to go into this like repetitive cycle when I start talking about things that I'm not like pick up fully comfortable talking about yet. Just because they're kind of new and raw. So I guess I'm sharing it vulnerably. My point is though, is even though my mom realized her faults and her mistakes, like not giving me her tax information so I can be approved for financial aid, like correctly, that because during that time I was like, well, she'll, I was like, I felt like she was ruining my life and my like future. And it's like it's like there's always someone in my way in my family that's stopping me, right? And I'm just like, well, maybe this is kind of what it's meant to be. So I ended up working at a cat place, boarding facility and grooming place for cats. And I love cats, by the way. So it was a really happy place to work at. And then I ended up getting a banquet job after that. On top, I got both actually, 2 jobs at the same time. The other one paid me $40 an hour, which was freaking dope. And either way though, and then as I started this YouTube journey, my mom's been kind of rude to me because she now like has been viewing me as a failure. It technically, I'm not what I believe, but like I started to believe her, right? Because I've done so much stuff the last few years, and technically, had she given me her tax information, well, and if money is all she cared about, I would probably be a nurse right now, and not making this content. And again, she found this YouTube channel that was some spiritual awakening person in Bulgarian though, because we're Bulgarian, and she started realizing the stuff I've been trying to tell her for years. And it's like, finally it happened. She apologized, all these things. She realized her fault. She felt like she couldn't forgive herself for the nurse thing, because like she realized she played a role in that. And then like, she felt like it's her fault that I'm a failure now. It's like, nah, dude. Like one, I actually forgave her a long time ago. I just let it go. I actually forgot about it. So it kind of got brought back up. But then I realized I was always harboring these like bad negative energies about it until it got recently brought up. I had to work through that. I had to work through that negative energy that I was holding because it actually hurt. I didn't allow myself to feel that pain. Instead, I think, and I got drunk that night when I realized, well, it looks like I'm not going to school. All my whole family's been telling me to get an education, and now when I finally am doing it, they want to block me out of the way. So I think I, went on a drinking binge that night. And but even after my mom said sorry, like, it didn't change anything. Like, I finally got what I wanted, and I was just like, I already forgave it, but at the same time, I'm like, man, feelings started coming up. Like, I really harbored that. Like, man, that really did suck. But what was the outcome, though? What's the good thing I can look at? Well, I went on a whole different journey. A journey where I got to DJ almost every weekend for a year. Music's one of my favorite passions. Producing EDM is, and DJing. I love creating a vibe, and I love dancing, and it's one of my favorite things to do, which I haven't been doing very much lately. And, I went on a spiritual awakening journey, and I had to realize, like, it's okay where I'm at. I had to realize, like, where I'm at is okay. And to forgive my mom, and I gave it a new meaning. Like, maybe this is my purpose. Maybe I had to go through all of this, and even including getting into $50K in debt, which I was never comfortable going in debt because I grew up poor. I was always against going in debt. Growing up, I had like at least like 10K. Sorry, not growing up. When I was a fitness manager or personal training director, when I managed the personal trainers and the sales teams and had a sales situation, I always kept like 10K in savings. Made a lot of money at a young age. And like, I was like always against going in debt. I was always against going on unemployment. I was always against getting financial aid. And, I've always been against going in bankruptcy. Probably should file for that. So it's like I always had the shame around money, and I had to release my shame, understand other people's struggles. I had to dig this hole for myself in order to still find light and still be okay and still find things to be happy about and still enjoy my day. So, yeah, she said sorry. All that brought up was like the pain of the past that I've been suppressing, and now I get to alchemize it. Like, and I already forgave it, and it was not a big deal to me. And I told her I forgive her because she started putting all this sadness upon herself over it. I don't really know where else I'm going with this. I'm just going on repeat. However, I'm transmuting that energy and just realizing it's okay where I'm at, and I'm grateful for where I am in making this content, and I do hope it helps you. And I think back to what I was saying earlier was like, I think I just started focusing on getting results because my mom has been pressuring me so much. Like, oh, when are you going to start making money? When are you going to start making money? Like, that's all she gives a fuck about. And it's like, like the inner work that I've done this last year and who I've become, like, I couldn't even go to therapy for. Just from making YouTube content and just constantly expanding and watching more Bashar videos and more information on how to assist people. And like, in turn of me helping you, I'm helping myself. And helping myself, I'm helping others. Everything's just a reflection. So all the shifts I make from within, I'm seeing the world change. Including my mom stepping into a spiritual awakening. Something I never thought would be possible. Right? For her to finally understand the pain that I actually been through. Like, that was like, I finally heard her say sorry for all that. Because I also stepped into vulnerability through this process. And I expressed to her how she's been making me feel. Because she thought, because after her spiritual awakening person, she's like, Bensi, you must have some bad energy or something that you're in your situation. And I'm like, yeah. And it comes to realization, I do have some that I've been harboring that I've realized the last couple weeks, which is these thoughts and subconscious beliefs about my reality and why I'm at where I'm at. Because I believe that you claim that I'm unworthy. So I started to believe it. Because you're my mom. You're all I have as family, besides my little brother. And my grandma just passed away last March. Or, yeah, not that long ago. And it's like, my whole life, I realized I'm placing my worthiness upon her words and what she believed. So I had a worthiness wound that went deeper than just people pleasing, is what I've come to realize. And now lately I've just been on this like little vacation of like relaxing, just filming videos, making this stuff real quick. I have about, I think, 9 more days before I gotta start editing videos, at least so I can still be caught up. And I'll just edit like 15 videos in a row. I'll like my prior videos a lot shorter. Either way though, you can just alchemize it and just find to be okay. You can be 50K in debt. So what? like, so what? Like if you're still able to live and like give to others when you have nothing, hey, I think you're doing pretty good. So I realized like I'm abundant. I have what I need when I need it. Even though I've also been borrowing money from my mom to continue this journey. Which is another reason why she's been pressuring me so much. Oh, and that's what I was trying to go back to is like the subscriber thing. It's like I've been putting all this pressure on like getting subscribers and monetizing and blah 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 because like this like pressure she's giving me, and it's like I need to let that go. And I also was able to explain this to her the other day, which she also apologized for. So it's like I finally got the things I wanted, and now I'm just like, well, now what? like okay, it happened. Now what? I feel kind of like this sense of relief. Yet like I need to like I don't know. Now I'm just kind of like I don't know what to do. like there was this drive and forceful pushing, and now it's like, well, maybe I do just sit back and relax and observe and enjoy the show. And start letting go of the things I don't prefer. Like believing that I'm unworthy. Because I'm worthy and you're worthy. So just find that place of unconditional, regardless of what's happening in your physical reality. Choose to be happy. And that's what I've been doing the last 2 days, especially. I'm just like, all I want to do is just be happy. I don't care what happens, I just want to be happy. But then I keep looking at my physical reality and I'm like, okay, I'm not happy. And then I'm like, wait, why? What's the belief that I'm harboring that I believe that I'm not happy? Because I'm 50K in debt? Like, I can go file for bankruptcy, no big deal. I can go get a job and pay that off probably pretty quickly. No big deal. This is a choice. So it's like I want to let go and just be happy regardless. That's my focus right now. And I challenge you to find happiness out of the darkness, to choose to just be happy. Either way, that means taking a break from what you're doing and doing things that actually feel happy, following your excitement, following your passions. Go for it. You have nothing to lose. Maybe 50K. I could probably just sell my car too and like pay half of that off, I think. Yeah. All right. Well, hope this helped you. Hope my story enlightened you a little bit so that way maybe you can connect more with who I am and the struggles that I'm going through or have been going through up until now that I've added my awareness to a lot of these things. And shifts can happen, miracles even. I never thought I would ever hear my mom apologize to me, and she did. And now I feel this way less pressure, right? And now I have to go through my own shadow and dig up all this stuff and release it and alchemize it and be like, well, had it not been for her pressuring me, had it not been for me putting myself into the place where I'm at, divine storm, people betraying me last year, all sorts of things, I would not be who I am today, leading from a place of unconditional love, wanting the best for everybody regardless, including my mom. I still want the best for her regardless of how she's treated me. And I love her. She's my mom. I still want the best for the people that betrayed me last year. I do. I want the best for them. I want the best for everyone because everybody deserves to be happy. It's not fun being not in a good place, and I've been there a lot. That's all I want, is just to be happy at this point in my life. And that means releasing my shame around money. Like, I had to do that in order to even talk about this now. Which, well, I don't even think I'll have a vulnerability hangover after this because it's like, I don't care anymore. Like, I just want to be happy. And I encourage you to do the same. Life's, it's only temporary. And that's probably what you really needed to hear today, is that life's just a temporary experience. Let go of your shame and go be and do and have the things that you want. Serve others by serving yourself. All right. So have an alchemizing day. Cosmic Soul. I think I probably missed a bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about here since I went on this flow state, which I'll probably make in the next video to solidify. It is funny though how I decided a couple weeks ago that I'm just gonna let go. Like, I'm abundant, I'm happy, I have a place to live, like I'm good right now. And I'm just gonna ignore whatever my mom's doing. Watching Abraham Hicks' video, she's like, just ignore physical reality. And I'm like, all right, F it. I'm just gonna do it. My mom yells at me or pressures me, like, I'm just gonna be chill, and I know, like, it's okay, like, I'm good. Figure it out in the now moment, in every moment. It's funny how my mom finally, like, as I let all that go, I decided I don't really care anymore what she thinks. She can pressure me if she wants. I'm so sick of like reacting or responding to it and like feeling the way like she's been making, that I've been allowing her to. I've been choosing to feel when she says stuff to me that's not polite or good. Not make, right? Because if I said she makes me feel this way, then it's giving her power, like, which essentially it was up until now. Now it's a choice how I choose to feel. So I accepted that. Like, I'm just like, I'm gonna start choosing to feel a different way about it and just let it go. And like, I'm just gonna be in the journey. The journey is the destination. I'm just gonna have faith over fear. And next thing I know, like 2-3 days later, just a couple days ago now, she has her spiritual awakening and finally apologizes. And I was able to actually like talk to her about this, and she actually like heard it. So it's like, it's funny when you finally let go and you choose to just be, just because you just want to be, because you want to feel good because it feels good to feel good. Then it happens. It happened pretty quick. I'm like, wow, it does work. Yeah, just alchemize the energy, because those negative thoughts, the things that you're harboring, will manifest into your reality consistently. And that's probably why, well, I am where I am in my physical reality. However, I probably wasn't ready to be where I am going, because I need to complete the step that I'm in before that next door opens. And I'll have to take that next step into the unknown regardless. That next step is always going to be a little fearful, because we reach a place of familiarity, and the next step to get us to where we want is there's always going to be, new level, same freaking devils. All right, now for real, have an alchemizing day. Bye. Man, that feels good to like be this vulnerable.